Alright guys, I am back with my review of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, episode 2 of season 8, The Gang Recycles Their Trash. And this was a good episode, I thought. Much better than the premiere episode, had a lot of funny stuff in it. But I guess the joke here is they're recycling classic scenes from the previous seasons. And it worked. I liked a lot of this. The story is that the garbage men have gone on strike in Philadelphia, so there's trash all over the city. And Frank wants to have Mac, Dennis, and Charlie go pick up the trash, charge people money to remove their trash, and then take it to New Jersey, while he and Dee go to see a councilman about getting this big contract so that they can pick up all the trash in the city, I guess, which I have no idea how he thinks he could pull that off. But so that's the story here. And they're going over the plan. Dennis, Mac, and Charlie are going over this plan, and they're telling Charlie we don't need a wild card. That's why our plans always get screwed up. We don't think things through, and we just don't need a wild card character. And Charlie's not listening at all, or he's listening, he's not understanding. And this scene was hilarious. This was my favorite scene in this episode, where he's just not listening to him. Oh man, and it was just so funny. And Dennis tries to tell him, we're talking about you, and he just doesn't get it, so that was good. But Dennis has this idea where instead of driving a garbage truck, they're going to drive a limousine, and that way Matt gets what he wants, which is to ride on the back of the car. Dennis doesn't have to look like a garbage man, and they can still get the job done. And Charlie's happy because he just wants to do Frank's plan. So they go door to door, and Mac wants to be the guy to talk, but Dennis says he has an exceptional number of bugs in his teeth from riding on the back of this limousine. So they sing this song when they come to the doors, and people give them money, and they take the trash, and they're just filling this limousine up with garbage. And meanwhile, Frank and Dee go to see the councilman, who is the gay man from, I can't remember what the episode was about. I remember they go to the strip club and they have the big discussion on the power bottoms and all that stuff. And it's this guy. Except this time it's Dee and Frank with him. And it was really funny because Frank wants Dee to act like a prostitute, and they're ripping each other's clothes off in his office. And then they take him to a male strip club and they have another discussion about twunks and twanks or something like that. It was, oh my god, it was so funny. But yeah, so they brought him back, which was interesting. And then we see Mac, Dennis, and Charlie. They've been driving around all day. They're tired of doing it. They're sick of the plan. And they decide that they're going to go back to the gas crisis episode where they try to steal a bunch of tanks of gasoline and then sell those to people. So they decide we're going to do that now, but we have to get rid of the limousine and all the trash, so they decide they're just going to leave it in a poor part of town and just let it sit there. And we go back to Frank and Dee, who have gone to this, I guess it's the union meeting for the garbage men, and the guy's telling them they are almost at an agreement here. There's just a few things, certain issues, and you hear Frank in the crowd say, issues? Certain? I don't know about you, but I can't understand this college boy's language. And that was really funny too, because he's trying to break up the union so that it doesn't get signed so that he can get the contract. And then Dee has her idea, and she brings back her character Martina Martinez from, I think, the Green Man episode, and the very first appearance of Green Man. And that was pretty funny. So they get these workers all riled up, and then they look over and they see the limousine with Mac, Dennis, and Charlie, and they're dumping all the garbage, and they're pissed off, so they charge the limousine, and Mac, Dennis, and Charlie get inside and lock the doors. And then we see back at the bar, they decide, hey, maybe we'll go do something else. We'll make rugs now. And Charlie says, no, we always give up too quickly. We should just stick with the plan. We're going to do the garbage thing. And they decide they're going to go back out and do this. They are in a van, all of them together, and they're playing the Ghostbusters theme just like they did in the Gas Crisis episode, which is one of my personal favorites. So I really liked it that they did Ghostbusters and the Wildcard and everything. And as they're driving, Charlie does the whole "I cut the brakes, Wildcard bitches," and he jumps out the back of the van, and they're all screaming like, "Ah, oh my God!" And then as soon as he's gone, they just shut the door and they're like, "You fixed the brakes." And Mac's like, "Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away." So Charlie just looked like a complete idiot. And that was the way they got rid of their wild card, so that they could go about the plan without having Charlie interfere. So they go and they're starting to do the trash, and it's working. And then they see a garbage truck come and they realize the strike is over and it was a waste of time. So they're going to go back to trying to make rugs or something. So it was a really good episode. I really liked this one. And I mean, it was kind of simple. All they had to do was just use some of the classic scenes from the older episodes, and I liked it. It was fun to see these moments again, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season because I've heard that they're bringing in some other old characters, and it's always fun to see those guys again, like Rickety Cricket and everybody. So anyway, I really liked this episode. Hope you guys like this video. Leave your thoughts on this week's episode in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Bye.